Hey everybody, I'm here with Anna from Pixel Rip 1989. Oh, there she is, blowing us all away.
With
How you
sound
doing?
effects.
Yes, that's right. Perfect sound effects too. We got to play Pixel Ripped a little while ago. Excellent game, it's really cool. Can you give us a little description of the overview of the game and where the inspiration came from?
So Pixel Ripped is a trip back in the 80s. At this episode, you're back in 1989 and you're playing a game in a classroom. So your goal is basically to complete the game within the game before getting caught by the teacher. So you have to play the game when the teacher is distracted. Otherwise, it's game over. So it's kind of like an inception of video games.
Right.
This is like one episode of many we're planning to release. This is 1989, but we're going to be releasing later 1978,
Nice.
1983.
Yeah.
And then the game you'll be playing will be changing, and the problems in your life to play that game will also be changing.
Right. And part of what makes the gameplay really unique is that you're playing a game, so you're playing a game first of all in VR, and then you're playing a game in the game. And then outside the game, in the game, there's also elements that you have to contend with, such as the teacher, or, puzzles and things like that. So there's pretty much 3 levels so far that I know about to the gameplay, which is pretty intense.
That is also when you start the game, which you are inside the game world, and then you come out from the game world, and then
right.
At the boss fight, the characters come out from that world. So
Yeah.
that's a lot of loads of layers of gameplay that it's like Inception. It's
Right.
a really meta, crazy experience.
Right. So you said that you initially started working on this game when you were a student in game design. Can you tell me some about other projects maybe that you had ideas for, or, just briefly, and then what made this one be the ultimate one that you went on to make?
So I was graduated in NFTS in England, and at the first year you get to do a bunch of mini projects, like 5 weeks, and then at the last year you get to choose one major project, which will be your final project. And then I was actually going to do a carnival game, which will be like you would be in carnival, trying to save carnival in Brazil, but then there's a massive puppet on fire.
Yeah.
I was decided to go for that, and I'm so glad my head of the course at the time, John Weinbrand, he actually was like pushing me, no, you should try other ideas, just write it down, 5 ideas for the games, just so we know, maybe you come with a bad idea, just so
Right.
you're sure you want that one. And then I had a dream that changed everything. Like, I had a dream, I was playing this game on the TV, and the game was like 16 bits.
Yeah.
And then every time the graphics of the game changed and evolved, the whole room around me was like pixelating. Until there was a point that the TV and the game and the TV and the world were all merged into one. And like all realistic.
Yeah.
So I woke up, I was like, whoa, oh my God. When you wake up and you think, that's a great idea.
Yeah. I usually
Oh my
forget
God.
those ideas pretty
And
quickly.
usually it takes like 2 seconds and you're like,
Yeah.
no, that actually is
Yeah.
rubbish. But that one actually stick longer than I was talking to my friends about it, and everyone
Yeah.
was like, wow, this is a good idea. The history of video games, making a game, seeing that game changing graphics. So it did start from that idea, and I love that because the most important thing is that I had a DK1 at the time, Oculus Rift DK1.
Yeah.
And I was looking for making a game that would use the best of VR and not just make a game for the sake of it.
Right.
So when I had that dream, it really fit with what I wanted to do. And I wanted to make a time machine and get players inside this world and throw them back in the nostalgic era of the 80s. So
Yeah.
VR just fitted perfectly.
Makes sense,
so
right.
yeah, it was chosen, and this is what I decided to do, and I'm really glad I actually was pushed to have more ideas.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, the game looks phenomenal. Look for it to come out on all the VR platforms, PSVR, Oculus, Vive,
Yes.
here on May
22nd.
May 22nd. We're excited for it, and we hope you are too. Make sure to check out all of our other content at handsomephantom.com and on youtube.com/handsomephantom. Thanks.